Okay, so go ahead and make your way onto your backs. And again, I'm playing Equinox 32. And for those of you just joining, we need 2 blocks and a strap this morning for our practice. Our practice today will be a lot of balance, some shoulder opening, and maybe even an arm balance in your future. So right now, just get comfortable on your backs. Legs may be extended in Shavasana or bottoms of the feet together, knees apart. Eyes are closed. And just begin to connect with your breath. So while you're in here, or you're inhaling and exhaling and mindfully breathing. Oh, I can see my. So a year ago today was when I was sent home from work. I don't know about the rest of you, but we were told to pack up and plan to be home for maybe 2 weeks. And those 2 weeks turned into 2 months to 6 months. And now today is officially a year, which is just unreal. And some of us might look at this past year and think, what an awful year. It was kind of when life stood still, but it was also a time for growth. So just take a moment and think about this past year and what experiences made you better. Maybe some things you used to do that you realized you really didn't need in your life anymore. I know I slowed down. I do a lot less. I relax a lot more on my weekends. And then think about how this will make yourself a better version of yourself moving forward into a better year, a much better year. And I think I've shared this quote before, but I really liked it and it just timed well for today. There is always some source of light in the darkness, shining on different opportunities, pointing toward new possibilities. So think of this as a year of new possibilities. And take a moment, set an intention for your practice this morning. And then together, let's take a long, slow, full inhale through the nose. Just fill up with breath. Keep filling, keep filling. Open your mouth and slowly just sigh it out. Allow your body just sort of to dissolve onto your mat. Really just keep exhaling and let your body melt right into the mat. And then do that again. Slow inhale, fill up. And then as you exhale, just try to let every ounce of your body just melt into the mat. Way heavy into the mat. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Give your knees a squeeze, draw them in. Lift those hips up. So keep squeezing the knees as the hips lift up, your spine curls. And then let that come down, bring your thighs together and make some circles with those knees. And while you're making some circles with your knees, you can get excited for a quick bout of some core work. Go ahead, take your circles the other way. And then let your knees fall to either side. You're going to look over your extended opposite arm. Just take a nice spinal twist here. And then switch it up the other way. And then come on back to center. You're going to just rest your feet on the floor. We're going to start with some very traditional crunches. Just take your hands, fingertips behind your head, supporting the base of your skull. Elbows are wide. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lift straight up. That's all you're doing. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Basic crunch. We'll switch it up. Don't you worry. Think about belly button drawing down toward the spine. You exhale as you lift the shoulders and then inhale as you control your body as it comes back down. We're going to do 2 more just like this. But on your next one, I don't want you to let your shoulders come back down. I want you to lift up, and this is now your starting point. So we're going to start from here and then exhale, lift and lower. Small little crunches. Your starting point is now where you're going to stop. So you're not going to come all the way down to the floor. Exhale as you lift, inhale, lower. Elbows are still wide. 4 more. 3, 2, and hold it at the top for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release that. Okay, now we're going to lift your feet off the floor, 90-degree angles. So from here, what we're going to do, I'm going to give you a couple options. So as you inhale, your shoulders are lifted, your head is lifted. You're going to reach your feet away from you, or you could just quickly tap down your toes, and then exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, you'll crunch it in. So just do that a few times. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And yes, you guessed it. Now we're going to crunch it in like a little ball. Bring your elbows in, and you're going to crunch it in and just lower a little bit. Try to curl up like a little ball, kind of like we do at the end of our yoga practice right before Shavasana. Bringing those knees to the elbows. Let's do 4 more. 3, this is it, I promise. 2, and go ahead and release it. Feet are down, lift those hips, it'll feel good. Reach your arms over your head, get a nice bridge. Feel that nice stretch in the abdominal wall. Press down on your feet, lift those hips a little bit more. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, come on back down. Walk your feet a little closer if you have space. And then just continue that with your breath. As you inhale, lift. And as you exhale, come on back down. Do that a few times. Keep your hands down this time and just lift your hips up for bridge. Bend the elbows, fingers up to the sky. Press down in your feet. Notice how that lifts your hips. And now press down in your elbows. Notice how that puffs you up a little bit more. Gazing straight up at the ceiling. Thighs are drawing in toward the midline. 3 more breaths right here. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And then slowly as you exhale, curl your spine down. Nice. Draw your knees in. We're going to rock and roll a few times and end up in a forward fold with or without the use of your hands. Take your feet hip width distance apart, so just toe heel a little bit. You can go wider if you like. Allow your head to hang heavy. Knees can be as bent as you need to here. Just kind of sway it out like a rag doll, maybe walking your hands from side to side. Maybe hands are on your blocks. Find a little buoyancy in the legs. Don't feel like you have to have like these stick straight legs. And then place your hands on your shins. Press away. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Do that again. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Take your arms out like wings. Bend your knees a little bit. Your spine is parallel to the floor. You're reaching through the crown of your head, reaching through both sets of fingers, and then inhale, rise all the way up. Reach up, look up. Exhale, hands come right to your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms over and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Nice long spine, good. Inhale, press away, look forward. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back to a lunge. Step your left foot back to downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, release your head. You can shake it out, yes and no. Inhale, forward to plank. Come on forward, get long from the crown of the head and reach your heels back. You might have a tendency to kind of shift forward. Try to send your heels back, belly lifts. Press into both palms equally. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra. Exhale, lower. So right from here, go ahead and take your arms to the sides. So get wide and then come up onto your fingertips. Take your shoulders, exaggerate them down your back, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Do that again. Inhale, lift. You can kind of slither from side to side. It feels good if you want. Exhale and lower. Do that 2 more times on your own. And then you're going to bring your hands back to a normal cobra position. Tuck your toes and make your way to down dog. You're welcome to pass through plank if you like. Take one more inhale here. A big exhale, step your left foot forward into a lunge. Step your right foot forward to meet it. Inhale, look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up, look up. Let's take a nice side body stretch. Right hand down, left arm up and over the ear. Maybe hand at your hips for a little more support. Try to roll that left shoulder open. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Inhale, both arms reach up. And let's take it the other way. Root into the outer edge of that right foot this time. Inhale, both arms reach up. And then exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank this time and hold. Find that nice long line of energy. Look down at your fingers, spread them out. Wrists are facing the front of your mat. And then bring your gaze in front of your mat. And slowly lower. Take your time with control, using that abdominal strength. And then inhale, lift your heart for cobra or up dog if you're ready for it. Make your way to down dog with or without that additional push-up or plank you want to add in, your choice. One more breath here. Walk or softly float your feet to the top of your mat. And when you get there, inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive right back down through your fold here. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, jump or carefully step back and lower through your vinyasa. Pausing in down dog when you get there, take your time. Settle into your breath here. Reach your right leg up and back. Get nice and long. So like I'm pulling your right ankle gently behind you. So you should feel really long. And then drive your knee towards your nose. Try to touch the knee and the nose. Look forward. Look for where you want your foot to land and then see if you can get your foot there. And if not, just move it to where you were envisioning it would land. One hand on each side of your foot. You might want your blocks here if you want a little lift. I want you to just kind of look forward, get long, and then press into your blocks or the mat. You're going to fold over that front thigh. So you're on the ball of your left foot. I want you to think about scissoring your hips, right hip back, left hip forward. Think about your chin toward the chest as much as that feels okay in your neck. Don't force it. On your next inhale, find that lunge, look forward, get long. As you exhale, press away and fold. Do that one more time with your breath. Inhale into your lunge. Exhale into your fold. Come on back to your lunge. You can move the blocks. And we're going to step your right foot back to plank. Take a vinyasa. Pausing in down dog when you get there. Reach your left leg straight back behind you. Again, don't think up, think back. Like I'm standing behind you, gently pulling your ankle. One more inhale, and then drive that knee forward toward your nose. Can you touch your nose and your knee? I never have, but I try. And then look forward and plant that foot. Grab your blocks if you want them. Just stay here for a moment or two. And then we're going to press into the blocks and work towards straightening your front leg. It doesn't need to be straight, but you should feel an opening in the hamstring. Think about that scissoring action in your hips. Chin toward the chest. On your next inhale, find your lunge. And as you exhale, find your fold. Do that one more time with your breath pattern. We're going to come back to that lunge. Move those blocks off to the front of your mat. Let's step the right foot forward at the top of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach up and look up. And then take your hands behind your back. You're going to lace your fingers behind your back. And then just look up. Take a nice standing back bend. Allow your shoulder blades to slide down your back as you look up, and your hands gently start to lower down the backside of your body. And then take the opposite way. Come forward. Long spine. You're going to just fold over your legs. From here, bend your right knee and peel your left shoulder open as you look to the left. And then switch that up. Bend the other knee and look the other way. Come on back to center. Release your hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms up overhead. Draw your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Come back right now to that intention you set for your practice today. Looking at this as a year of possibilities. On your next inhale, sweep your arms over and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. You're going to make your way back to down dog however you want. You can step right back or you can take your vinyasa. So for all of us, it's been a year of practicing from home, which is an entirely different experience. So maybe that's been better for you, where you know, some of us have a tendency to compare our yoga practice to the people around us. So maybe you just kind of accepted where you were. Maybe you pushed yourselves in new ways. But hopefully your yoga practice is feeling good. It's probably what you need. Take another big inhale here. And a soft sigh out the mouth. On your next inhale, you're going to reach your right leg up and back. We're going to bring your knee to your nose just like we did before and hold it here. So you're in a plank position with your arms. Take your right knee to your right tricep. Bring it over to your left tricep. That's it. Now bring it back to center and then plant your foot. So you're back in that runner's lunge. You're going to drop your left knee this time. Inhale, find your crescent B. Reach up and back if that feels okay. We're going to stay here a few extra breaths for this first one. Pressing into the ball of your left foot, allowing your hips to melt forward. Shoulders slide down the back. One more big inhale. Can you reach back a little more? As you exhale, lift the knees, sweep your arms back. Inhale, drop the knee, reach up and back. Exhale, lift the knees, sweep back. We're going to do that one more time. We're going to stay in this exhale position. Knee is lifted. Arms are reaching back. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Just stay here and breathe. So where we are going to go to from here is tree pose. So just think about that for a moment. Your energy is going to be in your right foot and your left foot's going to land in a tree pose. So when you're ready, lift on up, bring that left foot into a tree. You can place that foot wherever you like, just not on the knee. Arms are going to go up to the sky. Or maybe hands at your heart. Honor your balance wherever it is. So you're just in that tree. If your arms are extended up, can you soften the shoulders down your back and find your balance? So from here, I want you to take your arms, your left arm back, right arm forward. You're staying in your tree. Just extend your arms in opposite ways. From here, we're going to float into half moon pose. So your arms are ready for it. Take that left leg back. Find your block with that right hand. Place it to the diagonal of your right pinky toe. And peel that hip open. Flex your left toes and lean back. You can play with your balance here by bringing your right hand, if you want to play with this, right hand to the heart. Maybe you grab your left foot with your left hand for Shavasana. Good, nice. Couple more breaths right here. We're going to step back to warrior two. Big step back. And then extend those arms. Check your foot alignment. Left toes turned in slightly. Right foot in line with your left. Equal energy in both legs. That's what we tend to not do. We tend to put the work here. Put the work in your left leg too. And then reach for both arms. And just sink into that right knee. Maybe a little bit more. But every time you put more energy in the knee, put more energy in that back foot. Keep your legs as they are and just reverse your warrior. Side angle pose. Let's start with that forearm to the thigh. If you're ready to go deeper, of course, feel free. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. One more time, just like that. And then we'll pause in that side angle pose a little longer. So if you know you want to grab a block, you can place a block on the inside or outside of that right foot. Forearm can stay on the thigh. As far as your arms, you choose. I personally like to extend. You can take a half or full wrap here. Think about your left shoulder rolling open, maybe pressing your right arm into your left thigh. If your right hand is behind you, press the arm into the outside of your right thigh. One more breath wherever you are. Before you move, just relax your toes. Lift your right toes off the mat in case you're gripping the mat. Come back up to warrior two. And just stay right here. We're going to straighten that right leg, reverse your triangle, reach up and back. And then come on up, find that triangle pose, shorten the stance if you need to. Right hand down, left arm up. You can grab a block for the outside of your right foot as well. And think about leaning back. So if you don't have a mirror in front of you that you can see your alignment, look down at your right foot. Your head should be in line with your foot. If your head is in front, like I'm showing you right now, you want to bump your hand up and lean back. Think about leaning back. Again, yoga's choice, what you want to do with your arm. If you want to do your core, you can always float to the bottom arm. Two more breaths here. Ground down more in your left foot. And then inhale, rise on up. You're going to turn your right toes in and grab your strap. So we're going to use this strap in our right arm. So your feet should be your heels should be about in line with your wrists. So if you put your arms out, or actually you can take your strap, you have one, and when it dangles down from your wrist, if you were to put it over your wrist, that's about how far you want your feet. You want that alignment if possible. If your hamstrings allow it, then take the strap in your right hand, let it fall behind you. And then from there, the left arm is going to reach behind and clasp. And now if your fingers clasp, then you don't need your strap. And then inhale, look up, and you're going to exhale and fold over your thighs. So as you're staying here breathing, you can open your shoulders a little bit more and walk your hands closer together. That might be an option for you. Or of course, we're going to do this on the other side, which if you're right-handed, your other side's probably a lot more spacious. You can thank your computer mouse for that. Couple more breaths right here. So we're not going to let go of our strap, so don't get excited yet. Just stay here. We're working our shoulders a bit here. So we're going to slowly rise up, letting your right elbow lead you up. So keep your arms as they are. We're going to turn your right toe forward, come back to a warrior two, and just keep your arms. Just a couple more breaths. So warrior two shape, sink into your knee. No, yeah, turn your body that way. There you go. My yoga student. Two more breaths right here. And then go ahead and ditch that strap, let it fall behind you. We're gonna windmill your hands down. Oh, that felt good. Okay, so we're gonna come up to a standing split. So I always like to drag my right foot back a little bit, but you're welcome to keep it right where it is. But keep that foot grounded. Your hands are gonna come down to the floor or blocks. Left leg is gonna go up, standing split. Couple of breaths here. Now look back at your left foot. Notice if it's rolling open. You don't want that like a half moon. Turn your toes down. So take another inhale. We're gonna come into a Shiva squat. So bring your left knee behind the right and get low. Now you can keep your hands on the floor if you want balance. You can bring your hands to your heart. We're not gonna be here long. We're gonna straighten your right leg and left leg, standing split, reach it back up. And then exhale, Shiva squat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, send the leg up. Exhale, Shiva squat. Stay here. Let your left foot come down. So you've got this nice deep cross of the legs. From here, we're gonna come up. If this is an option for you, otherwise you can just stay right here. We're gonna come up here, hands at your heart, and take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee and take a twist in the Shiva squat. Go this way. So press firmly the right hand down on the left. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun because we need to have fun on our yoga mats. So you're gonna keep your legs as they are. Bring your hands down to the floor, your fingertips. I want you to kind of jump your body over to the right. So move over to the right edge of your mat. My left foot is on the floor now. So from here, I'm trying to think how to show you guys this the best way. We're gonna bring your, let's see, your left hand like this, just parallel to your foot, and then your right hand next to it. Woo, as I fall. And you're gonna bend your elbows and just start to tip, and this left leg could go straight. And see if you can find a little balance here. Except I'm all messed up here. Hold on a second. It was here. So you extend your left leg. That's it. You extend your left leg, and then maybe the right leg goes back, and you're in Ekapada Kundanyasana. Does that make sense? Your hands are to the side. Your leg goes straight, and your other one goes back. And you could be saying no thanks, and you just stay in your Shiva squat. And if you're doing the Ekapada Kundanyasana, you could consider jumping into your chaturanga. So you're in your Ekapada, and you just scissor those legs, and you land in chaturanga. So we're gonna meet in down dog. You can get there playing with that, or say, no thanks, Allie. I'm just gonna go to down dog. So make your way to downward facing dog. Hope you had a little, maybe an ounce of fun in that. And then maybe on the next side, you'll have 2 ounces of fun. Let's come forward to plank. Just let that go through a vinyasa. Exhale and lower. Open your heart and make your way back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Take a big inhale through the nose and get some noise coming out as you sigh it out. Make some noise. Inhale that left leg up and back behind you. As you exhale, drive the knee towards your nose. Pause here. Bring your left knee to your left tricep. Bring it over to your right tricep. Bring it into the center. Look forward and plant that foot. Get it where you want it. If it doesn't land, drop that right knee. Inhale, crescent B. Send those hips forward, reach up and back, and stay here. Few breaths. So you're pressing into the ball of this back right foot. Your hips are melting forward. Your shoulders are sliding down the back. Your heart is open to the sky. Take one more big inhale, then lift your right knee as you exhale. Sweep back. Good. Inhale, drop the knee, crescent B. Reach up and then back. Take the length with you. Exhale, sweep the arms back, lift the knee. One more time, just like that. We're gonna stay with that knee lifted, arms reaching back. Stay here. Don't go away. So the toes of the left foot, you should spread them out, ground into the left foot, find your tree pose when you're ready. Can you just float that leg up and plant it somewhere, anywhere, ankle, above the knee, below the knee. All of those options will work. Find your balance. If you want to extend the arms up, feel free, but allow your shoulder blades to slide down the back. Now we're going to take your right arm back, your left arm forward. Keep your balance. Keep your eyes focused on something. Last week, I looked at a bottle of wine in front of me. Today, it's bananas. Focus your eyes on something that is not moving. And then we're going to take your right leg back. Find your half moon. Go with control. That left hand's going to find your block. Bump it to the outside of that pinky toe, forward and to the outside, and then heel that right hip open. So you should feel energy going back through your right flexed foot. That right leg is super strong. And then think of energy going forward through the crown of the head, up through your right hand. You're pushing the floor away from you with the left, or maybe bring that hand to the heart. So if you tried it on the other side, give it a try over here. Or if you didn't try it on the other side, why not? Maybe give it a try. If you lose your balance, you just bring your hand down, no big deal. If you took Shavasana, you can grab that right foot. Couple more breaths here in your half moon. And then think about, how can I step back gracefully, lightly into my warrior two? So when you're ready, go ahead, step back. Use the length of your mat. Sink into your knee. Check your alignment real quick. Right toes are slightly forward, left heel in line with the right. Toes are spread on both feet. Now check in with your legs. Is energy going both in the right leg and the left knee? Find the outer edge of your right foot and sink into your left knee. Your lower ribs are drawn in. Inhale, reverse the warrior, reach up and back. Feel good. Side angle pose, left forearm to thigh. Think about this right shoulder opening, should feel so good. Your left forearm is nudging that left knee open a little bit, but your foot is still grounded. On your next inhale, reverse again, reach up and back. Don't change the legs, just the upper body. And side angle pose. We're gonna do that one more time and then we'll stay and just kind of simmer into the hips in that side angle pose. So find an option you can stick with. You can feel free to grab that block on the inside or outside of your foot. I'm gluing my tricep into the inside of my left knee, pressing my left knee into that tricep. Explore your arm variations. Couple more breaths here. Can you dive a little deeper in the left knee and press more in the outer edge of your right foot as you roll your right shoulder open? The answer is yes, yes, and yes, I can. One more breath. Inhale, warrior two. It was a rhetorical question, right? Straighten out left leg. Whew. Reach up and back. Reverse your triangle. Inhale, come on up. Reach forward, reach, reach, reach. Left hand down, right arm up. Same little check of your alignment. Look down. Your head, your left shoulder should all kind of be in line with that left foot. And then lean back with the spine lengthening forward. Do what you like with your top arm. Maybe you float your left arm. One more breath, and then we're going to grab that strap. So if it's near you, you can grab it now. As you come on up, turn your left toes in now. So big toes in, heels out. Again, you can check like how far should your feet be. Now, if you fold and your head touches the floor, unless you want to go in a headstand, you should bring your feet closer together. Okay, so we're going to bend the left elbow. Your right arm's going to reach behind you. So it looks like this. Right arm reaches back. You walk your hands closer together, or maybe you clasp your fingers. From here, inhale, look up, and then exhale, fold. Shake that head out, yes and no. Don't hold on to muscular tension and stress. Let it go away. Let gravity help you right now. Imagine that friend gravity is working with you right now, and it's just kind of nicely coming to your neck and just pulling away that stress and tension from your day, from your week, from this crazy ass year. Play with shifting your weight slightly forward into the balls of your feet. You're going to feel that a bit more intensely in your hamstrings. If that's too much, shift the weight more into your heels or find that balance between the two. So remember, we're hanging on to this wrapping, this cow face pose, wrapping of the arms. We're not coming up yet. Just wait a few moments. But your left elbow is going to be the one that leads you up. On your next inhale, come on up, but don't let go of your fingers or your strap. Good. Smile as you turn your left toes forward. And then bend into your left knee. Keep your body to the side. Bend into the knee. You're in a warrior two with cow face arms. Gomukhasana. Couple deep breaths here. All right, let that strap go. Stay here and just kind of shake those arms out. Forgot to let you do that on the other side. That wasn't nice of me. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Find your runner's lunge. Oh. So we're going to come into that standing split. So again, I like to drag my foot back a little bit. Your choice what you want to do. When you're ready, right leg goes up to the sky. And look at it. Try to roll that right hip down. So it will lower your leg a little bit, but that's okay. This, if you think about the splits, your leg is not turned open in the splits. Its toes are down to the floor. So take another inhale. Can you send your right leg up a little bit more? And then as you exhale, right knee behind the left, Shiva squat. Get low. Inhale, send it on up. Exhale, Shiva squat. Get low. Do that again. Inhale. Shiva squat, stay low. We'll stay here for a few breaths. You can play with the hands at your heart if you want, just for fun. And then release your hands to blocks or the floor. Step your right foot off the mat. So you're in this nice deep squat. The left knee is on top. Bring your hands to your heart. Lengthen up, and then this right elbow is going to come across, hook to the outside of that left knee. Send your left hip back. And just breathe here. This is a pretty intense twist. And this is why we don't eat breakfast before a morning yoga practice right here. Send the crown of your head forward, hug that left hip back. One more breath. So again, you can stay right here if you want to try the arm balance. You're going to bring your left foot over to the right edge of your, yes, maybe I told you backwards last time. So your left foot should be off, your right foot is on. And then you bring your arms to the sides of the knees and you just kind of tip. And this left foot starts to straighten on its own. And then that right leg maybe goes back for your really cool breakdancing move. And then if you want to try that chaturanga, you just scissor those hips back and finish your vinyasa. I can't tell how any of you guys did, but hopefully you had a little bit of fun. Thumbs up, maybe. Downward facing dog. When you're ready. If you want to play a little more, feel free. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. So don't be sad. We're not going through that sequence again. But at the end of your next exhale, walk or flow your feet to the top. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Let's take our feet hip width distance apart, or wider is fine. Peace fingers, find them. Grab your big toes with them. And then inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Elbows wide, shoulders draw away from your ears. Shake that head out, yes and no. So this is your little resting point. We're going to do some more balancing before we make our way to the floor. For your hips, for your quads, Carefully release your toes. This was the one for your hamstrings. Bend your knees. We're going to roll on up. So we just focus back here. Now we're going to focus on the front of your thighs as we move from stork pose into dancer pose. So let's start with our left foot down, and your right hand's going to come to the side. I want you to grab the inside of your foot and start in stork pose. This is stork pose right here. You can reach that arm up. So if this feels good for you, you're drawing that right heel toward your booty. You should feel a nice little stretch here on the front of your thigh. If you want to go into dancer, you bend your left knee a little bit, and as you reach forward, you kick. An equal balance here. That's the trick to this pose. And it's a standing back bend, so reach up. Greg, lift that left arm up. Yep. Kick, kick, kick that foot into the hand as your left arm reaches. So we're going to stay here a few breaths, and then we're going to flow straight from here into a figure 4 shape. So we'll take another breath or two. We're going to just come on up. That right foot's going to come forward. Place the right heel on your left thigh. Flex your right foot, hands at your heart, and then you just sit down. And maybe you're thinking, I want my blocks. You can grab them and put them right here. Okay, you can take the balance out of this pose, but I want you to focus on this right foot being flexed. Think about the knee pressing down. You don't literally need to press it down, but use the energy to draw that knee toward the floor. Those of you who want to advance this and take this into flying pigeon, you're welcome to. Maybe you float your arms. Couple more breaths right here. And then carefully stand up and release that right foot. And then do what I call jiggle-asana. Just jiggle those legs out. Little jello, all right? And then we'll switch that up on the other side. So keep your right foot glued. Left hand grabs the inside of your left foot, and we start in stork pose. You can bring your hand right to your chest. You can reach your arm up. Just kind of find your balance here. And when you're ready to transition to dancer pose, focus your eyes, bend your right knee a little, kick and reach with equal energy. You'll notice when you start to lose your balance, it's because your energy is either leaning more forward into the future or more back into the past. Try to find that nice neutral present position with your body. Maybe you notice which side you balance better on. Just honor that. We're going to slowly transition into that figure 4 when you are ready. Take your time. You're going to come on up. See if you can just take that left foot across your right thigh, hands at your heart. Maybe you'd shift your gaze somewhere on the floor now as you sit down. So it should be a pretty intense stretch for your left hip. Remember, you can use your blocks here. You can just ditch the balance altogether. We're going to slowly come out of this, straightening that right leg when you're ready. Whew, release the left foot next to your right. Shake those legs out. Good work. Find that mountain pose, arms at your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, just fold. I'm going to have you take a big step back with your left foot. So we're back in that runner's lunge. But we're going to move into lizard pose from here. So go ahead and toe heel your right foot to the right so you can bring both hands on the inside of your foot. You may want to have one of these guys handy. We're going to lower your left knee to the floor. And then actually, while we're upright, let's take this right hand behind you and see if you can clasp this left foot. If this is not an option for you, grab your strap. You're going to make a little loop and you stick your toes in that loop and then you can pull. Now you might need more cushioning under your knee as well. So if you're feeling tenderness, you're going to want to grab a blanket or something and just draw that foot in. You'll feel a really intense stretch on the hip flexor. If you have more space, you can come down onto that left forearm as you do this. And then carefully let that foot go and come on down. Either grab your blocks at any height for your forearms. You might have one forearm that gets to the floor and the other one doesn't. Put the block under the one that doesn't. Turn your right toes out to about 2 o'clock, and then gently with your right hand, nudge your knee away from you. If you want to like double the pleasure here, you can grab that back foot again. While you're doing this, you can draw it in, or as your knee is rolling open, you can kick the foot away and get a nice back bend. I think it feels really good. If you have your back foot, let's release it. We're gonna release your hands down, come on up with straight arms, turn your right toes forward, walk your right foot in a little bit, grab your blocks, have them next to you if you would be so kind. From here, we're going to shift our hips back for a half split. Just remember, we were talking about the standing split, okay? So we're gonna be doing that now seated. So you wouldn't have had your left leg open to the side like a half moon. You would have had it straight up behind you. So start to gently slide your right heel forward. You will know when you need to stop. Some of you might be slipping right into the splits. That is not me. I have to go slow to my edge, which is no longer the splits. It's been over a year now. I still can't do it. It's just where I'm at. So go with where you are today. Your blocks, you can stand them up tall as your hamstrings get more mobile. You can start to lower them, or maybe put one underneath your right thigh. And then this is my split now. I take it right here. But your left toes are not to the side, they're straight down, or you can stay on the ball of your left foot if that's better for you. You can choose to walk your hands forward as well. There's lots of options. So if we slowly transition to yoga back on site, remember, you do not have to do what the teacher is doing. There's so many options. You have to do what feels right in your body. And then walk your hands back up if you're folded. The hardest part, I think, of this pose is getting out of it. So go ahead and just drag that right foot back and come onto your knees. Let's do a camel pose while we're here, and then we'll transition to the other side. So camel pose, imagine there's a wall right here and you are glued to that wall, okay? So keep your hips forward. Take your hands behind you, either fingers down or fingers up, whichever is better on your wrists. You're creating 2 camel humps right here. Hips forward, tailbone down, chest lifts and arches open. It should feel good. Keep sending your hips forward. If you want to go deeper, you can also tuck your toes under to lift your heels, make it more accessible as you reach one arm back, or maybe both arms back, or you can alternate. But your hips are still going forward. That's where people get goof up on this pose. They let their hips drop. Come on up when you're ready. Little counter pose, sit back. You might want to sit on your block if you have tender knees, and just round forward. Little counter pose. And then come back up to a tabletop. We're going to step your left foot forward and come into a lunge on the left side. You're going to toe heel your left foot to the left, both hands on the inside of that foot. Just stay here. Drop your right knee. From here, your left hand is either going to grab your strap. We're going to bend that back foot and either loop the strap around the top of your right foot or grab your right foot. Again, you might need more cushioning here. This is a pretty intense stretch for the top of your hip flexor. So you cyclists and runners out there, this is good for your legs. If you have that back foot, carefully release it. We're going to bring both hands down now to the forearms. You can use your blocks. It might be an entirely different experience on this side. So go with the experience. We're going to turn your left toes a little bit to the left, like 11 o'clock. Left hand on the inside of the knee, gently press it away so you're seeing the inside of your left foot lift. You're on the outer edge of that left foot. Option if you want, that left arm reaches back and clasps that right foot. Again, you can grab your strap. Or your other option is kicking the foot into your hand, rolling the left shoulder open. But you're still letting that left foot roll open to the left. This is a hip opener for you. If you have your back foot, carefully release it. Bring that left hand back down, straighten the arms, toe heel your left foot in a couple of times. Have your blocks handy if you want them. And oh, shift those hips back. I went for a run this week on a very chilly morning, and my hamstring did not like the cold weather, and I am feeling it now. Hooey. So grab your blocks if you want to go deeper, or if you don't need your blocks, slide that left foot forward, inch that right knee back. Ooh. So go with your experience on this side. Again, the right toes can stay tucked under like I am doing, or you can untuck them. But you want your hips to have that scissoring action. Don't allow the right hip to open. It's that standing split. Couple more breaths. One more breath here, and then we're going to slowly drag that left foot back. Bring the left knee next to the right. We'll do one more camel pose for our practice today. So if you're thinking, I might want to reach back for my heels, why don't you tuck your toes under and lift your heels a little higher? And if that's easy for you, then you can untuck your toes, okay? Send your hips forward, lengthen the spine up, open your heart. Start here. Don't just race back for those heels. There's no bells that go off or whistles or anything when you touch your heels. But if you want to try, it's a little less scary when your toes are tucked. Send those hips forward. Breathe into your heart, whatever variation you are in. Let's take one more full inhale and a full exhale, and then rise on up. Grab the block if you want to sit on it. Otherwise, we're going to just sit back on your heels. We're going to take your laced fingers forward and just round your spine. Drop the chin toward the chest. And then we're going to inhale the arms up. Evan, I don't know why I think of you when I do this pose. I think you're going to think, why are we doing a mermaid pose? So Evan, this mermaid pose is for you. You're going to drop your hips to the right and just gaze up. I think whenever I do this pose in classes, Evan, I think, I don't know why I think of you, because you're not a mermaid. And then take it the other way. Oh, up and over. Yeah, Evan, you like to play dress up, maybe. I don't even remember him watching Little Mermaid. I don't know why it reminds me of you, Evan. One more breath here. And then inhale, come on back up. Release your hands down. All right, we are going to make our way finally onto our backs. So please grab anything you will need for Shavasana. You're going to need one of these guys as always. How much time do I have? Not much. Okay, let's make our way onto our backs. We've already done our back bends. We've already done our forward bends. We're done with all those. We're going to come right into our inversion. So if you know you want to take a headstand or handstand, go for it. Otherwise, take your block underneath your hips. If you don't have a block, your spine is flat on the mat. From there, take your legs up to the sky. So again, you can move to a wall if you feel more secure near a wall and do a headstand, handstand, forearm balance. You can take legs up the wall, which is so nice, even for Shavasana. You can try that. Ankles, knees, and hips are in one straight line. Two more breaths right here. And slowly bring your feet down to the floor. If you are on a block, you're going to press into your feet to lift the hips and remove the block. And then come on down. Let's find a happy baby right here, grabbing the outer edges of your feet. Draw those knees down and just gently massage your low back as you rock from side to side. We have done quite a few deep hamstring openers, so maybe you have space to open one or both legs as you rock from side to side. So you can try that as well. And then let's hug your right knee in, let your left leg go long, just squeeze that knee in. And when you're ready, take a twist, guide that knee across your body, look over your extended right arm. And come on back onto your spine, squeeze that knee in, and then switch it up. Draw that left knee in, right leg extends, give it a squeeze first. And then when you're ready, guide that knee across your body, look left, take a few deep breaths. So come back onto your back when you're ready. If there's any other poses you want to take before Shavasana, this is a good time to do that. And if you know you want a nice long Shavasana, you can just turn this off the Zoom and do a long Shavasana. Otherwise, wrap your forearms around you. One more time, bringing the knee to your nose. We did that a lot today. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, let it go into Shavasana, limbs extended, feet are off your mat, nice and wide, arms at your sides. If you're playing along with my playlist, one of the last two songs is usually perfect for Shavasana. And together, big inhale through the nose. Open my mouth, sigh into Shavasana.
all the people sharing all the world. You and you may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only. I hope someday you'll join
Slowly begin to bring some awareness back to the body, wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. On your next inhale, just reaching your arms up over your head onto the floor for one final stretch from the fingertips all the way down to your toes. From there, take an inhale, extend a little bit more. And then as you exhale, draw your knees into the chest and just gently massage your spine by rocking from side to side. Gently letting your knees fall over to the right. And when you feel ready, just come on up slowly, take your time. And when you get there, sit up nice and tall and just draw your hands into your heart center. Closing the eyes. Take a moment to come back to that intention that you set before your practice this morning. And I will leave you with that same quote we started with. There is always some source of light in the darkness, shining on different opportunities, pointing toward new possibilities. And may this year ahead, as we come out of this crazy pandemic, be a year of new possibilities and experiences for each and every one of us. Thank you for joining me this morning. May the sun always shine through your heart, into your smile, and warm your soul. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You're welcome. Thanks,
Bye.
Vanessa. Great to see you.